Are you sick of climbing into the back of your ute just to grab stuff out of reach? Well, today's product might be perfect for you. This is Front Runner by Dometic's brand new bed slide. We're going to unbox it and install it in this video. Okay, so we've got the bed slide tray all unboxed here, ready to get assembled, because we actually need to start with this before we can do the base that it's mounting to in the car. So you get it all assembled. I've got my instructions here that we can follow step by step, because if we just skip ahead, there's some stuff we need to do early on that gets done later. And if we don't do it, we're gonna have a bad day. So make sure we follow these step by step. One thing I did notice while unboxing it is it actually gives you a whole tube of thread lock out of the box, which is just a really, really nice touch. So we've gotten rid of all the excess stuff. It's just off to the side off camera, and we're just gonna start assembling everything on a nice clean workspace. So let's get to it. I've got Michael here. He's one of our expert fitters, gonna give me a hand. So let's start swinging some spanners.
The first thing we need to do is assemble the slide itself, and we actually assemble this upside down. Then we can simply add each of the slats, which have a nylock nut in them, so they can be bolted to the two sides of the slide. Once they're all installed, we have these two cross braces that hold everything square while assembling. Then we can simply start tightening up all the bolts.
We've got a whole tray floor assembly now. We're up to the next step, and that's putting the backing plate on. But one thing the instructions get you to do is you've got to put these 4 bolt heads in first before you put this backing plate on, because you will not be able to get to these later. So if you skip ahead, you're going to have to go all the way back to unbolting this so you can put these in, and there for the locking mechanism that's going to come in much later down the track. But we just need to have those in place now, which we've done. So we can go ahead and put the backing plate on. Alright, so we've got the backing plate on, so now we need to go around and torque everything up. It's very important that you do follow the torque measurements that they supply, because it's just going to help you later down the track to give you a nice smooth slide on your bed slide. If you over tighten it and just go full send with an impact, it's actually not going to slide as smoothly. So just follow the torque settings and you'll have a much better experience. Well, with the tray finished and now out of the way, we've unboxed the actual bed assembly, base assembly if you will. So we're going to assemble that. Then I believe we put it in the car, Michael?
We'll put the slide into the frame.
Yep.
And then we'll put it into the car.
Awesome. Alright, so let's get it assembled.
Assembling the frame is pretty straightforward. We're simply bolting what will become the mounting point once it's fitted to the car to each side of the frame. Once that's all done, you can simply slide the bed slide into the frame.
Oh, that's smooth, isn't it? And it's even upside down.
Once the bed slide has been fitted, you can then start to tighten up the frame bolts. But before you do the final tighten, make sure that the frame is square by using a tape measure in opposite corners.
We good? Excellent. So now we can tighten up the frame bolts that we put in before.
Yep. And next step, we're going to put in the stopper.
And the stopper is what's going to stop it. So when you're opening it, when it's in that stop, it's going to stop the shooting out the front of the back of the toe. Yep. When you're installing the stopper bracket, the easiest way to know that you've got it lined up is to see this cross plate actually has a cutout, and when you fully open the tray, it actually lines up perfectly in there, and that's just an extra way to know that you've got everything in the right spot.
Alright, next is your locking mechanism.
Ah, that's what the bolts were from earlier.
2 more to go into that jar.
This is what's going to be, when you pull the handle, that's what's going to be moving to the...
Yep, so you lock it into each zone.
And that's why you've got 1, 2, 3. That's really cool that you can open it halfway. A lot of the cheaper ones, if you will, that you can find online will just go open or closed. There's nothing to stop it. So I like that they'll give you different positions. What's next? What else have we got left? I want to put them in the car.
We can put the other end on with the latch.
Oh, that makes sense.
And start setting up the cable for it.
All right. Man, we are close. All right. You want to know more? So we're putting the front on now?
Yep, so we're going to temporarily add the front.
Okay. Is that because we haven't got these front? And I'm assuming you're going to come in later while we haven't got these up. Okay, great.
You're going to see that what?
Yep.
I'm going to set this up on the end so we can start the cable system.
Yep.
That'll allow us to move it in and out while we're setting it up in the car.
Okay.
So, firstly, we have removed the inner cable from the inner cable.
Yeah, why have we done that?
Just to prolong the life and make it easier. Less maintenance down the road. The dry lube.
I'm just going to length with that, okay.
That's just going to keep sliding nicely along.
Nice. I like that. That's a good little...
You get some washers.
I did not get washers. What washers?
We made washers with 16mm outside.
Well, at least there's one.
Next up, cable. It's like a push pipe brake.
Yeah. So this going on here.
Yep. So take the little nut looking thing off.
Yep.
Let's get that. There's a nut on the inside of the framework.
And through here.
Yep, there you go. Yeah. It says ensure the cable follows a relaxed path, no sharp bends.
So we are tensioning this.
Yeah, so now we've got the cable all laid out where we want to be. We'll just run it through the little cable holder.
Yep.
And all we're going to do is pull the cable nice and tight and just push the pin back a little bit to release towards the release position.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's going to be less slop in the handle, so you're not having to pull the handle as much. You can just see a slight gap between the locking pin for the screw against the edge of the frame. That just shows we've got about 3mm of tension already on it. That'll account for a little bit of stretch of the cable as a shoulder.
So we can put this in the tray now?
I think we're almost there. Hey, guess what?
What's that?
You get to put it down.
Hey, all right. All right, so we've got it all fully assembled now. It's all together as one big unit. It's ready to go in the car. So we've flipped it over, so it's now the right side up, because we actually assemble it upside down for the most part. We're ready to chuck it in the car. So what's the next step, Michael? We've got it in.
We're just going to measure it's in the centre of where we want to be. It's far enough back that we're not going to foul on the tailgate.
Yep.
And then we'll start marking where we want to put our bolt points.
All right, let's go. Do I need a tape measure? Excellent. How do we get the back?
Climb in.
Oh, that was... Nailed it? Well done. Now just don't move it as you get out. Parkour! Parkour!
All right, confirmed.
34.
34. Very good.
Perfect. So we're aligned side to side, front to back. Now is that where we figure out where we're going to put our holes?
Yes.
Got that marker pen? So you're just kind of drawing what holes you can use and then the center point of those holes?
Yeah. So because they're all elongated holes, we've got a bit of room to play with.
Yep.
Just get a bit, pretty much centre of that ridge line.
Mm-hmm.
Mark the whole hole, that way we know where we've got to work with. These front ones will be a little bit trickier, it's a little bit deeper.
Yes. So, I know I'm getting ahead of myself with this question, but we can easily get to these front ones. How do we measure the ones back there?
A little bit magic.
Wow. But you've now got to climb in there without it moving?
No, you've got to climb in there.
No. No, I break things. What if you close it, sit on it, and then I'll pull it open?
Fraction more, yep, right there. That is beautiful.
Let's bring the camera with us. Oh, it's a bit hard to see. It's pretty dark in there.
That one there, nice and easy.
All right, so you've measured those. Do we now have to pull this back out to drill all those holes?
Everything comes out. And we'll drill some holes, do some nut sets, do some bolts, whatever works best.
All right. All right, let's take the camera for an adventure.
See,
Ah, they're
there.
and then when they were too deep for the pen to reach, you've just kind of got a pick tool, so you can kind of scratch it to make those marks. You got front, back, and middle ones, so we can now drill those out and then nutsert in.
Yep.
All right, well, let's get to that. So you've drilled the pilot holes, but now you've got to go to a larger hole because the nutsert obviously needs a big hole. So go into a 9mm?
Yep.
All right, let's go. Well, once you've got all the holes drilled and you've got all the swarf cleaned out, you've got to make sure that you coal gow the exposed steel, because the last thing you want this to do is rust down the track. So that's what we're doing here, just getting some coal gow in. Once that dries, we'll be good to put the nutserts in. So the coal gow's all dry, now we can nutsert in the nutserts, I guess. Well, all the nutserts are done. We're ready to put the cargo bed slide in. So let's pick it up, chuck it in, and let's see how good this fits. All right, do you want some thread lock on those?
Squirt, squirt.
Squirt, squirt. Fantastic. No. Gets out of the way for now. Oh, never mind.
Gonna grab a tape measure.
Yes, sir.
Do some squares.
Grab that.
While I'm in here.
What are we measuring? Oh, you want the whole thing? Or you want me to take it? No. So greedy. Just making sure it's all square after we've bolted it down. That makes sense. Yeah, it's out by about 6 or 7 mil. It needs to go that way. Yeah.
Push it up.
That actually, magic hands. Do you have the 3/8 drive?
We couldn't actually access the rear mounting points with the nutsert tool, so we're bolting those points instead. Thankfully, Front Runner provides the hardware for both options though.
Sweet. Oh no, I'm not. I have one single nut. I need 2 nuts. Da, 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 da. I see a bolt hole. Oh. Let's do the middle one because it looks the least fun. Sweet. Got that on. Hang on, I just got to put the... Found the muffler. All right, you good to tighten that up?
I thought you were doing the tightening.
Oh, okay.
You got the ratchet in line.
Very good. Done. Heck yeah. All right, let's take the front piece off, and then we can put the last 2 slats in, and that's a bed slide. That's a bed slide. Cargo bed slide. How good is that? It'll come, stops in the middle. That's it, we're done. That's the Front Runner by Dometic cargo bed slide, all fully installed. It is a little bit of work, so definitely read through your instructions, make sure you're competent in what you're doing, but these things are a bit of gear. So some quick specs about it is when it's fully closed, it's actually got a 500 kilo load limit, which is crazy. And what's even more impressive is even when it is fully open like this, it still has a 350 kilo load limit. I'm 130 kilos and this doesn't even know I'm here right now. Absolutely unreal bit of gear. So if you are in the market for a cargo bed slide, make sure you jump on roofracksgalore.com.au or head into any one of our stores and our team will happily help you find the right product for you.